things bring communities together like high school sports. The passion, the drama, the atmosphere, the tremendous thrill of victory, and the agonizing pain of defeat. There's nothing like it, and nobody in Oklahoma brings you all of that better than Squirtle. So sit back, hold on, and get ready for another thrilling ride, because it's time once again for the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Under a clear sky with a game time temperature of 91 degrees. It's breezy and it's sunny. We welcome you live to the historic Dennis Casey Field of the campus of Morrison High School in Morrison, Oklahoma. As tonight, Class 2A Newkirk 1-1 visits Class A and traditional Oklahoma small school power Morrison. The Wildcats are off to an 0-2 start. Hello again, everyone. I'm Todd Miller along with Scott Wanish and Bryce Miller. Also, Tyler Kerr operated our cameras high atop the press box tonight as we get ready for small school football. It's one of two games of the week here on the Squirtle family of networks. Scott Wanish, Newkirk is 1-1. They really survived a scare late last week, holding off a top 5 Class A team in Woodland 31-30. When you look at this game, we don't have a lot of stats, but I can tell you one thing. It comes down to the experience of Newkirk and the youth of Morrison. One of the reasons the Wildcats are off to an 0-2 start.
And the experience of Newkirk, they're up 31-30, 4th and 2 in their own territory. And instead of punting the football, they go for it, get the first down to ice the win. That shows some guts, so there's going to be some chances taken in this contest.
Newkirk hopes they can get back to the postseason for the first time since 2018. That is the last time the Tigers notched an above 500 record. Newkirk not expected, despite a lot of veterans coming back in a season that they have been building for some time, not expected to be a playoff team out of a very balanced 2A District 1. They were picked 7th. Morrison picked 4th, and arguably the toughest Class A district in the state, Class A District 5. Tulsa and Crescent, both on the road, have defeated Morrison by a combined 61-7 score. Tonkawa spoiled the home opener for Newkirk 2 weeks ago, 28-6, and last week a surprise as the Tigers went on the road and beat Woodland 31-30. Despite splitting their first 2 games, Eddie Scott's club has been outscored 58-37 of the first couple of games. Morrison won, deferred. The Wildcats will kick the football off. The wind tonight is out of the south at about 16 miles per hour, which means it's blowing into our faces here in the press box and blowing from the kickers right to left. Wildcats will spot the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. Morrison in the black, white, and red. You see Newkirk in the home white, black, blue, and gold. This is a rare meeting, at least in terms of recent history. This is only the 3rd meeting between these two programs and the first coming since 2016. Morrison a perfect 2-0 all-time against Newkirk. Here we go, the Cats and the Tigers. A battle of big cats here tonight on Squirtle, and we're glad to have you along here on Squirtle from Morrison. Here's the right to left kick, and we are underway. This will be returned from the 11-yard line. On the return is Daniel Harrison outside the numbers, 30-35, slips an ankle tackle, and Harrelson is down to the 37-yard line, so it returns at 26, and the Tigers, led by senior quarterback Clayton Berkman, will have good starting field position.
Nice return by Harrelson. He kicks it out to the right side on the numbers. Graham Williams had a chance at him at his feet, but Harrelson broke the tackle to get extra 6 yards.
Danny Gatchis is the referee tonight, a 6-man officiating crew here in Morrison. Been doing this a long time, partner. First time you and I, either one, have been here to Morrison to actually work a football game. 2 receivers to the far side, make it 3 receivers to the far side, as Dalton Osborne, the senior, is the single setback. They fake the handoff, and under duress, Berkman takes a shot. They're going to get roughing the passer as Berkman's pass was well offline. Berkman, though, took a big shot late that time from number 19, Dylan Osborne.
Daniel Harrelson was the intended target on the slant. He was out of the slot, came across, was not even close, as you mentioned.
Well, pump the brakes on that. It's going to be against the Tigers, as they are going to be called for an illegal receiver downfield. Corey Bales says decline the penalty, so to bring up 2nd down at 10 at the 37-yard line. Osborne did hit Berkman very close to being a little bit late. 2 receivers to the far side. The single receiver is the junior wide receiver, Landon Hay, H-E-Y, to the near side. Out of the gun, it's Berkman. Joey Ryan, the junior center, snaps the football back. Now it's a read option. Osborne hands it running left, and he ran right into the interior of that line. And Seth Dennis, who leads the front four of the Wildcats and tackles with 14 coming in, was there to drop him in his tracks for no gain. It's 3rd down and 10.
Briar Bailey there as well at the point of attack. No place to run for Newkirk whatsoever.
Leading tackler of the ball club is sophomore Brody Bailey with 22 stops as a linebacker. Their leading tackler in the secondary is Tay Warner, who has 12 stops and 3 forced fumbles. And against Seth Dennis, who led the charge defensively, leads the down lineman with 14 tackles. 3rd down and 10 to the 37-yard line. Again, same formation, a 3-by-1 look with Hay to the near side. Back to throw is Bergman. Under pressure, dancing in trouble, and he's going to be slung down and sacked by Briar Bailey. Briar Bailey, who is one of the candidates for homecoming king tonight, a senior, rolls him down for a loss of 6 back to the 31.
Bailey was there at the point of attack on the previous run. That time he just sidestepped the left guard, got a wide open gap for the quarterback sack.
Well, I'll tell you what, the experience for Morrison is up front. A junior, 3 seniors on their 4-man defensive front. A lot of juniors and seniors sprinkled in offensively for the Tigers, and the battle won early in the trenches by Morrison. 4th down at 16. Back to punt is the left-footed punter, Daniel Harrison. Gets a good bounce as that hits inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be scooped up, running left, and getting some decent return yardage is Mason Schubert. He is going to be tackled near the 25-yard line. Interesting that Schubert, the quarterback, is back there returning punts.
Yeah, well, you don't have really big rosters at this level. Gunnar Cole was the guy on the tackle to get the quarterback, Schubert, as Schubert had to go back toward his own goal line to retrieve that punt that was rolling forward.
A lot of youth, a lot of inexperience among the upperclassmen on this offense for Morrison. They want to predominantly run the game, control the clock. They'll run a wing formation. They have a tight end, 2 of them lined up right. There's some movement before the snap coming back from Landon Harp, the 250-pound senior center. Briar Bailey and J.B. Thomas, a senior and junior respectively, are at the guards. Seth Dennis and Devin Throckmorton are the tackles. Dennis, a senior, 185, and Throckmorton goes 210 as a sophomore. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Wildcats back at the 20-yard line. Here in the opening couple of minutes of play, Newkirk already with a 3-and-out series that netted -6 yards.
Devin Throckmorton, the left tackle, rose just a little bit too early. Seems like Morrison was going on the count of 2, and he went up on 1.
Schubert is in the gun. They have a running back offset to the left. Now they're going to shift a couple of tight ends right, and they will hand it that way. And trying to get to the right end and getting some yardage on a nice cutback that time Brody Bailey. Gunnar Cole, the senior defensive back, was on the stop. The gain goes to the 27-yard line, so it's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Wildcats will pack everything in close, Scott. It's really a difficult offense for the opponents to pick up. That's why they've had so much success here. 2 tight ends, both left and right, and out of the Wildcat formation now, or actually it's a straight snap to Schubert. He's got running room. Mason across the 40 to the 45-yard line, and Devin Bruce, the senior defensive end, finally ran him down, but not before a 1st down carry as they went empty backfield that time with Mason Schubert.
It's a good thing Bruce was on Schubert's heels because Schubert was going to keep on trucking there just inside the left numbers, but a nice tackle around the ankles.
A gain of 18 and a 1st down to the 45. Here come the Wildcats on their opening drive of the contest. Approaching 9 minutes to go here in the first quarter from Dennis Casey Field. Single setback. Schubert again keeps it. Schubert runs up the back of a blocker, gets out of a defender's grasp, and is rolled down just a hair shy of midfield. And up off the pile was the senior defensive end, James Newman, but it looked like he may have run up the back that time of Briar Bailey.
Well, it's a good thing he got up in there because it looked like there's a big hug on the Morrison offensive line that they got away with because
Tay Warner is coming in a freshman, 155 pounds. He will be deployed as a receiver to the near side. They have one tight end. They have a fullback out there, and again it's Schubert to the keeper. He has a 1st down at the Newkirk 45, stays at his feet, and is spun down to the Tiger 44. He was hit initially by Daniel Harrison, and then Harrelson was able to recover and finally get him to the ground from behind.
Like you said, Todd, Morrison keeps it tight, a running formation all the time, have a great running quarterback in Schubert. They use a tight end on one side or the other, and even with the tight end, sometimes they put a wing back right alongside the tight end.
Wildcats lost 10 starters from a year ago. State semifinal team that was a point away from playing for the state title against Cashion. Handoff at first down to Brody Bailey, and not much doing behind the strong side guard, J.B. Thomas, as he'll get down to the 42-yard line. So it's going to bring up second down and long as we're under 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. There's no score.
Brody Bailey, not a daunting figure, rather small running back, but he follows his blocks so well. He just waits on the blocks on the side and just finds a little hole.
Talking to Corey Bales this week, he said this is a little bit frustrating, 0-2, but he said, you know what, people better get us this year because the future is bright with this young talent and a good middle school class behind him. Second and 7 to the 42. It's a quarterback keeper for Schubert. Bounces left, 35. Now the number's 30, 25, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 25 or the 30 or 25-yard line at the 20. And it was a touchdown saving effort by Landon Vapp and Daniel Harrison.
Mason Schubert really picking his way through the holes. All the ball carriers for the Wildcats are taking their time, letting the play develop, and making big gains.
22 yards on that carry, so he's carried twice for 40 yards on this drive. It started back at the Morrison 40, the Wildcats in the red zone at the 20. Back to throw. Left-handed quarterback Mason Schubert throws it out near side. Ball caught in traffic. That's Nathan Waters. He pulled it in, then turned inside to get to the 8-yard line. He made the catch right in front of the linebacker, junior Colt Stone.
It's going to make it a first and goal about the 8-yard line. I'm surprised that Morrison didn't go under center for play action. All those runs that they ran, they're set up that pass well, but even though it was out of the shotgun, still complete, but I think they could have even had a bigger play if they went play action.
7:02 in county to play opening quarter. Morrison is in the red zone. In fact, they're at the 8-yard line. First down and goal to go. Cats yet to go to third down of this opening drive. They'll shift two tight ends and line them up from left to right. And now Schubert on a quarterback keeper runs, cuts right to the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. Boy, this kid is going to be special. Coming in, and he carried 12 times for 35 yards. He had 60 yards on 2 carries and gets the final 8 for the touchdown.
And the patience of the ball carriers, especially Schubert, who we see touching the ball every time, obviously being a quarterback, he let the 2 defensive linemen go by, and as soon as they went by, he cut up field for the score.
Seth Dennis will try the point after. The snap is high. The kick is blocked. And the score will remain 6-0 Wildcats as we step aside for this opening break. 6:48 to play in the first quarter. Back in a moment on the High Plains Insurance Squirtle Game of the Week.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Todd Miller's got one-ish. Bryce Miller as we wait the kickoff. 6-0 Morrison. Here's the right to left boot. It's a short kick. Return for the 34. It is fumbled and dove on at the 36-yard line. Boy, lucky for the Tigers, that ball bounced right in front of Dalton Osborne, who had the ball hit him right in the jersey at number 3 and then bound forward about 4 yards where he recovered it.
Well, we've got an east-west field, so Osborne's looking directly in the sun. The sun is at its setting point right now. Maybe that had a little challenge for Osborne.
Boy, you will take this and win a lot of games. 8 plays, 80 yards, the scoring drive for Morrison. 10 yards a pop. That's what Cashion did back when Bryce Miller was playing. 6:44 to play here with the first period. Let's see if the Tigers can get something going. They were held to minus 6 yards on their opening drive. Bergman, Osborne to the backfield. Clayton fakes the handoff, throws out left. The ball is pulled down in traffic. A great catch that time by Gunnar Cole. He's in bounds and finally tackled to the 32-yard line, as that will go for a gain of 7.
Great catch by Gunnar Cole, because Brody Bailey was all over him on his back. So he's feeling the contact, goes up, fights down with the football.
Gunnar Cole had their only score in the Week 0 loss to Toccoa at home, losing to the Buccaneers 28-6. Back to throw Bergman, rolling right this time. Buying time, throws it near side. The ball hits the receiver, Vapp, and then goes out of bounds. And he was being pressured by Casey Rupp. Hey, before I forget, I've got to say hello to Joe Sindelar, guy I've known for a long, long time, the former assistant to Dennis Casey, the longtime head coach here in Morrison. Great guy. Had a chance to visit with him on the field before he was headed tonight to Pawhuska and Woodland and Fairfax. Joe, if you're listening, good to see you, and glad to know you're doing well. 3rd down and 3 for Newkirk at the 32-yard line. Morrison with a 4-man defensive front. They give it straight ahead, and nothing doing for Dalton Osborne. He is spun down to the point of attack. And, Scott, it's pretty obvious that the sledding is going to be tough tonight for the Tigers on the ground against that front four, as Briar Bailey was the one that made the tackle.
Well, Briar Bailey, one of the tackles for the Wildcats, has been in on almost every play. He's got a quarterback sack, and on every one of those off-tackle runs, Bailey is there clogging up a hole.
Eddie Scott, I think, briefly thought about going for it. Now he trots his punt team on, led by Daniel Harrelson. He had a good punt his last time up, although Morrison went 8 plays, 80 yards for the score. Good snap back, not much pressure, an end-over-end kick. Schubert to his right, now moves back left and very wisely gets out of the way, as the ball is going to roll dead inside the 25-yard line. So a good punt that time by Daniel Harrison. Still decent starting field position for the Wildcats, as we'll get a timeout. Timeout, 5:23 to play, opening period. Morrison leads Newkirk 6-0 on Squirtle.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Glad to have you along tonight for Squirtle's Game of the Week, one of 2 package games we have. The other, Tom Nelson, Adam Dieselhurst here on Squirtle.tv. 8-man Northwest Oklahoma battle in Sealing between OBA and the Wildcats. At the 24-yard line, Schubert out of the gun with a running back to his right. Schubert does hand it off. On the inside handoff, it's Brody Bailey. Bailey run laterally, finally gets 6 yards to the 30-yard line before Jace Thompson was the one to get him to the ground. Scott, I'll tell you what, that was all Brody Bailey.
And Brody Bailey, as I mentioned, not a very large running back, but he's got a lot of heart. He's smart. He knows to follow the linemen, and then he goes off those linemen and keeps those legs moving, dragging tacklers.
Under 5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Time of possession in big-time favor of the Wildcats. That's what they live by and die by. Brody Bailey, the sophomore, offset to the left. They have a tight end lined up right, one receiver to the far side. Now it's a keeper for Schubert. Gets out of an ankle tackle. He fumbles the football. It's on the turf, and Newkirk has come up with it. The Tigers have recovered a Mason Schubert fumble at the 34-yard line. And it looked like it was Lane Mace, a senior down lineman, that recovered the fumble of Mason Schubert.
Lane Mays with a recovery. Jace Thompson, the linebacker, reaches out with the right hand, pokes that ball free from Bailey. Bailey loses it straight to the turf. Linebacker they're the first man on top of it.
Tigers will start at the 34 of Morrison with 4:37 to play here in quarter number one. A golden opportunity for Eddie Scott's club to get their first points of the night. Offset to the left is the running back Dalton Osborne. They hand it on a fake reverse to Osborne straight ahead, and he tiptoes his way inside the 20-yard line, or the 30-yard line, down close to the 25, maybe the 24.
Osborne got by Briar Bailey that time, but guess who made the tackle? Briar Bailey still stayed with the running back and caught him after the 5-yard gain.
They put it at the 29. When it gets down there in that part of the field, it's hard to see the yard marker. So it's a 5-yard gain. Same formation with Bergman having the running back Osborne offset to his left. Osborne this time blocks, pocket holds. Bergman throws over the middle. The receiver was wide open, and he could not make connections.
That was Landon Hay. He was going on a fly pattern, then cut to the post. And like you said, he was perfect in that pocket, but the throw was just wobbly and way short.
Both teams are coming off their best games of the year. Morrison an 18-7 loss at Crescent. The 31-30 upset of statewide ranked Woodland in Class A for 2A Newkirk. 3rd down and 5 for the Tigers. They need to get to the Wildcat 24-yard line. No tight ends, 3 receivers wide right. Hay is in the receiver spot to the near side. A terrible pitch by Bergman. The ball was on the turf. Morrison says they have it. And I think they're going to say that it was an incompleted pass. That's a forward pass. So it's incomplete, and now it's 4th down and 5.
Yeah, great call by the side judge. He was waving incomplete. It was about 2 yards forward. Was a pitch with the left hand, but it was forward.
Well, good, because that looked like a terrible pitch.
And a terrible pass.
Yeah, both. 4th and 5, Tigers at the 29. Newkirk is yet to attempt a 4th down try. They're going to do it right here. In the backfield is Osborne with Bergman. Bergman drops, pump fakes, under pressure. He's hit as he throws. It's incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he released the football from Seth Dennis, who was playing a big-time game on his final homecoming at Morrison.
Yeah, Bergman just looking at the receiver a little too long. Seth Dennis got that full sprint right there at the back of number 9, put his helmet right in the back, and almost caused a big fumble.
How about that, Juan Dog? A 5-yard net series in 4 plays against the young Wildcat defense. And now Morrison will have it, leading 6-0 late here in the first quarter. 4:01 to play in the opening period. Schubert leads the offense back out there with the field. Casey Rupp moves from tight end right to tight end left. They give it on the inside handoff. That again is Brody Bailey sweeping left. He's across the 35 and stretches out to the 37-yard line, and that is a gain of 8 on 1st down.
Yeah, most of the time the Wildcats are running to the strong side of the football. So lined up was the tight end and the wingback on the right side. They both came in motion to the left side. Then, of course, the run came to the left side.
They actually put the ball down to the 36, so he had 7, not 8. It's 2nd down and 3, and we're at 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Todd Miller, Scott Wanich on this Friday night, week 3 of the high school season of the Center State for Morrison. From the 36, they hand it off, and the ball carrier is stacked up and managed to get back to the line of scrimmage and no further. And on the carry once more was Brody Bailey.
Nice play by Devin Bruce, the defensive end, on the right side for Newkirk. Good penetration. Got the ball carrier in a big bear hug.
3rd and 3. A lot of longevity here at Morrison, going back to Dennis Casey, to Joe Sindelar. Now Corey Bales, who's in his 18th year as the head man here for the black and red. 3rd and 3, Cats at the 36. Rupp shifts from tight end right to tight end left. They have tight ends both ways. Out of the gun is Mason Schubert. He'll keep it on a quarterback read. He's hit and dropped. He'll lose a yard to the 35. That play was diagnosed perfectly by Colt Stone.
Stone didn't go for any of the fakes by Schubert. Great play by Stone. Being on his toes because Schubert was doing the jitterbug trying to get around him. No chance.
Scott, when you play a team like Morrison, you have to be so disciplined. At that time, Stone was.
Yeah, Stone, like I said, was on the balls of his feet, not back on his heels, knowing that Schubert can run.
Schubert, who does about everything for this ball club, will punt it away, and he does so near his own 20-yard line. Left-footed boot. It's a bad kick, but it takes a bounce. It's going to be rolling dead at the 37-yard line. Initially looked like Daniel Harrelson might decide to pick it up. He did not. Very wisely got away from it. Nathan Waters is down there to down the football at the 36-yard line.
Well, it was a very soft punt. It's only 6 feet off the ground. I'm surprised it didn't hit one of the linemen in the back, but Harrelson had a chance to return that. But like you say, once you hesitate, then you're going to have to get away from the football.
29 yards on the punt. Make that 28 as they put it down at the 37-yard line. This is offensive possession number 4 for the Tigers with $1:51 to play here in the first quarter. Twins both left and right. One of the few times we've seen a 2-by-2 look. And the handoff goes to Colt Stone, who is dropped immediately in his tracks at the 37-yard line.
Stone was bracketed by Seth Dennis and Hunter Crenshaw. Nowhere to go.
Osborne, who'd been the primary running back here for much of the first quarter, is out. Stone is in the backfield. No gain on his first touch of the night. 2nd down and 10. Newkirk is averaging less than 2 yards on first down. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up. Bergman throws out right. The ball is off the fingertips, incomplete, as he was looking that time for Shaden Pankey. And then Pankey didn't care for the defensive play as he turned and shoved one of the Morrison defenders. I think that was Graham Williams.
Well, Pankey had the ball right in his hands. There's nothing wrong with the throw. Just slipped right through, and then another Newkirk receiver had a chance to catch it on the rebound.
Schedule lightens up a little bit before it's murderer's row for 3 straight weeks after this game for the Wildcats. We'll tell you about it after this 3rd down play, 3rd and 10 at the 37-yard line. Yardage, here is Harrelson to punt again. The snap floats back to him. Harrelson with an end-over-end kick, a little pressure up the middle. It's going to hit inside the 35, roll to the 31-yard line laterally, and the Tigers will corral it there with just over a minute now to play here. 69 seconds to be exact in the opening quarter. You see the score in the lower left of your screen, 6-0 Wildcats.
Yeah, I think Corey Bales, he brought the pressure on that punt with Brody Bailey coming in late because the previous punt was very slow, and he saw that, thought there'd be a chance for a block. Fortunately for Newkirk, that was a high punt that time to get the ball off. 1st
and 10, Wildcats at their own 31-yard line. And what is a beautiful night here in Noble County. First time we've had a chance to visit on Squirtle. Inside handoff, and that will go to Brody Bailey, and he squirts out and gets all the way to the 40-yard line, a gain of 9. They are getting just enough push up front, Scott, to really spring Bailey and Schubert.
Well, Bailey's picking his way through behind J.B. Thomas, the junior lineman. J.B. Thomas was really running interference for Bailey as Bailey picked his way through.
42 seconds in Canada play, opening period. It's 2nd down and a yard. Cats at their own 40-yard line, moving from right to left as the sun sets behind him. The handoff again to Bailey, makes a cut, has a first down, but he took a big shot at the end of the run at the 43-yard line. James Newman was the one that applied the pop.
Yeah, Morrison runs a lot of motion before the running back. That time, James Kirkwood came running left as a lead blocker to lead the way for that first down.
5th first down here in the opening period for Morrison. The Wildcats have shut Newkirk out. Tigers have turned it over on downs and punted their other 3 times here in the period. No first downs for the Tigers, and Morrison may let the final seconds milk away. There's 5 seconds. They're still in the huddle, and we will end quarter number 1 here in Noble County with Morrison in a good one, leading Newkirk 6-0 on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get higher, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business. And remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
It's time to stop worrying about what's for dinner. Whether you're planning an event or just need meals at your doorstep, let Devlin prepare and deliver fresh food wherever and whenever you need it. Choose from our variety of fresh catering and prepped meals and enjoy the delicious, nutritious food you deserve. Do what you do best while Devlin takes care of the rest. Visit devlinllc.com to see what we can do for you.
Back at Dennis Casey Field, week 3 of the high school football season. Morrison looking for the first win. Newkirk trying to go to 2-1 before opening play next week in 2A District 1 at home against Chisholm. It's 6-0 Cats at the end of 1. They have it first down at 10 of the 43-yard line. They'll shift 2 tight ends from right to left of the formation. Schubert is looking over to the near side. They get the play in, they snap it. Schubert on a quarterback run, coming right to the 45, and he's going to lower his helmet, get across midfield, and then races out of bounds near the 47-yard line of the Tigers. And Scott, he picked up about 4 yards all on his own, outnumbered 3-on-1 of the near side boundary.
I like the play design by Morrison. Like you say, 2 tight ends or one I call a wing back. Both of them go in motion from right to left, get the momentum, making the Tigers thinking it's going left, and then reverse to the weak side for the first down.
A story about one of those wing backs coming up after this play. Tay Warner is checked in. He'll be a deployed receiver wide right. Casey Rupp is wide to the near side. He's one of those wing backs I'm going to talk about in just a moment. They have a fullback and a running back. They hand it off this time to Bailey. He gets away from initial contact, but not out of the grasp of Mays, and he'll gain 1 to the 46. Okay, Casey Rupp's mom and dad, Kyle and Brittany, have opened up a mouth-watering new restaurant here in Morrison. It's one of the best dining experiences you'll ever have. It's called Vintage Steakhouse. Casey Rupp cooks steaks. That's what he does when he's not playing football. We had his steak last night. It's as good a steak as I've ever eaten. Congratulations, Casey. We'll start calling you chef from now on.
Well, now I'm hungry.
You should be.
Okay.
Second down and 9 at the 46-yard line. One back in the backfield is Brody Bailey. Wide receivers left and right. Back to throw Schubert. Throws it deep right, and the ball incomplete. Well defended that time was the intended target, Nathan Waters, and the ball was thrown well out of Waters' reach on the boundary.
Great job by defensive back Gunnar Cole, step for step with the wide receiver. And, Todd, what bothers me more than anything, when they have their head turned the wrong way, well, Cole was looking back at the quarterback, knew exactly when the ball was coming out, forced that incompletion.
Had a chance to meet Casey last night after dinner here in Morrison, and I can tell you that kid, he is solid, man. Not only does he cook a good steak, he's just a solid young man. Third down and 9 at the 46-yard line. One back in the backfield, Bailey. Back to throw is Schubert. Drops all the way back to his 46. Throws deep over the middle when the ball is caught and then intercepted. It was Casey Rupp that had the football, and it was taken out of his hands, and Newkirk will come up with the interception. Shaden Pankey was right there after he ripped the ball out of Rupp's hands. Nothing wrong with that, though. That's as good as a punt.
Yeah, and Shaden Pankey, great coverage by Pankey. He's step for step, jumped a little early, but the ball was a little bit underthrown, so he reached up with his left hand, pulled that ball into his chest for an outstanding interception.
Newkirk already +2 in the turnover category with 11 minutes to play here in the first half. It's 6-0 in favor of the Wildcats. The line of scrimmage is at the 14-yard line, so we're starting field position of the night for Bergman. Bergman on a jet sweep, hands it off to Harrelson running right, and Harrelson works to the short side of the field and has finally stood up out of bounds after a nice gain as he gets to the 20-yard line, almost 6 on first down.
I like that run by Harrelson going to the right. He got up ahead of steam, running full speed when he took that handoff. That's how he got 6 yards round right in.
Told you Danny Gatchis is our lead official tonight. The umpire, Dale Anderson. The linesman, Joshua McPhee. The line judge, Nathan McPhee. The side judge is Sam McPhee, and the field judge is Sean Spiva. Second down at 4, Tigers at their own 20-yard line. Rolling left now is Clayton Bergman. He throws near side. The ball is caught on a high catch by Vapp, and then he pays the price. As he went climbing the ladder, he took a big-time hit, but not before what should be very close to a first downs and 13 plays. They go 70 or 86 yards in 5 plays on their touchdown drive, and with a missed extra point, we are knotted at 6. We'll break away for these messages on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Scott Streller and team have been proudly serving the Edmond community for over 30 years. At the Streller Agency, we take pride in offering premier service and the highest quality insurance available: auto, home, life, and more. Our award-winning team has over 150 years combined experience to offer, and we're always working hard to make sure you never have to worry and always have peace of mind. So call or visit StrellerAgency.com today for your custom quote.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
"61 seconds of the drive, 5 plays, 86 yards for the Tigers. The big play was the 59-yard catch and run by Daniel Harrelson that set up the first score of the night from Berkman on a 1-yard run. Both teams have missed extra points. We're knotted at 6. Tigers set to kick the football off. It'll be Ashton Nagel, who is a sophomore, and he boots this one away. It's a good kick, and it's going to be fielded from the 5. That's Casey Rupp to the 10, running left, now bounces right, gets a shove from his own teammate, and then is finally tackled near the 29-yard line. So good return by Casey Rupp, the chef, and it's first down and 10 now for the Wildcats.
Well, Corey Bales was getting in a couple of his players there after that touchdown drive by Newkirk. So let's see if Morrison can regain the momentum.
I know we're not supposed to give free advertising. It's the Vintage Steakhouse. Look it up, make reservations. I promise you, you'll send me a thank you note on Twitter at PlayByPlayGuy1. First and 10 at the 25-yard line. Bunch formation to the backfield. They're going to give it now to the tailback, Brody Bailey. And Bailey is down close to the 30-yard line. So, again, they are averaging, Scott, almost 6 yards a pop on first down. They got 4 there, and it's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Lane Mays got in there to slow it down, keep it within 4 yards instead of over 5.
Brody Bailey, his brother Briar Bailey, one of the homecoming king candidates tonight, clearing the way for his sophomore brother. 2nd down and long. Bailey gets the handoff again, trying to make a cut. It took 3 Tigers to finally get him to the ground after a gain of 2 to the 31. He was dangerous, though. Did you see him have that football out there for just a split second, then realized, uh-oh, I better not do that, and he pulled it in?
It was the exact same play, and it was Lane Mays again who was trying to get that pigskin out of his arms.
As good as Morrison has been here in this first half with 5 first downs, they are 0 of 2 pending this 3rd down conversion. They need to get to their own 35-yard line, moving east to west here at Dennis Casey Field. 3rd down and 4 at the 31-yard line. 2 receivers to the wide, make the 3 receivers wide left. They'll throw a screen out, and it's caught and it dropped. James Kirkwood was lit up, and boy, did he take a shot for the Tiger defender.
Yeah, Pankey just drilled him. That was a medicine ball that was thrown by Schubert, because the receiver has to look at that, and the defensive back can see it's coming. So the receiver's just going to take a hard shot, and then he's going to need medicine for that.
And Kirkwood is down. The coaching staff races out there as James, who's just a freshman, good size, 175 pounds, before the coaches can get out there, led by Corey Bales, went to one knee and then pops up. He'll have to come out for one play. And I bet he's a little woozy after that hit. That was a huge hit that time by Shaden Pankey, who already has 1 interception and has been very physical in the Tiger secondary.
Yeah, Pankey read that sideline pass all the way, got his left shoulder pad right up in the solar plexus. The receiver could have knocked the wind out of him.
Morrison 0-2. If they win tonight, they get Chelsea and Oklahoma Union back-to-back here at home. And then it is a gauntlet of Murderers Row with Hominy, Tonkawa, and Woodland the following 3 weeks. And all 3 of those games will be on the road. Hominy is ranked 8th. Some feel like they may be the best team in Class A. Tonkawa is ranked 4th. They have already beaten this Newkirk club 28-6. And Woodland was ranked 6th entering the week, despite being upset by the Tigers last week in Fairfax, 31-30. So really, if you look at the schedule, it's going to come down to games outside of that threesome of Hamady, Tonko, and Woodland for the postseason fate of this Morrison Wildcat team. Again, they were picked 4th in what is a rebuilding year after losing 10 starters on both sides of the football. Ethan Shopflin will be back to punt. He stands at the 17-yard line. Newkirk rushes 7. The snap floats back, and Shopflin's punt, not a bad one, hits at the 45, bounce straight up, and then turns over a couple of more yards down to the 43-yard line. That's where Newkirk will have it with a chance at their first lead of the night. The game is tied at 6 with 7:28 to play before halftime.
Well, the momentum has shifted. Sports is big into momentum. Morrison dominating the game at the start of the contest on both sides of the football. You get an interception by Pankey and the big run by Harrelson, and then the cap off that with the short touchdown run. And we're tied 6-6, but Newkirk has got a lot of confidence out there now.
My buddy Hayden Bonine flashes a message to me. It's a good point. Newkirk had that first penalty before the first snap. They haven't had one since. 1st and 10 Tigers at the 44-yard line. Back to throw as Bergman throws it low as he throws it outright. Pankey with the catch tries to turn outside and manages to get to the 49-yard line. That's their best play on first down tonight of 5 yards.
Pankey making a lot of plays on defense. The big hit, the interception with the left hand, and that was a low pass. Those are hard to catch when you're expecting it up around the chest area or the head area, and he picks it up below his knees.
3 receivers to the near side. They have a single receiver that's landed Hay to the far side with Osborne to the backfield. He's gone all the way with the exception of one drive at running back. They hand it to Dalton. He blows his way into Morrison territory at the 49. He just ran like he was shot out of a cannon, running behind Scott, Ryan, and Mays up the middle.
Morrison doing a good job that time. Kind of like the very beginning drives of the game. They're clogging the holes, and there's really no place to run.
Here's a big play for Morrison's momentum if they can stop him here. 3rd down at 3 at the 49. They need to get to the 46 in Wildcat territory. 3 receivers staggered wide to the near side. Back to throw, Bergman. Steps up, dumps it over the middle. Ball caught for a first down. Gunnar Cole on a low throw had his knee on the turf as he hauled the pass in. They needed 3. They managed 4. First down, Tigers at the 45.
Yeah, Clayton Bergman is a pretty tall quarterback. He's looking over the lineman and threw that from up the angle down right in the pocket. Good job by Gunnar Cole to find that hole in the zone defense.
Exactly 6 minutes to go in the first half. Newkirk into Morrison territory in a 6-6 game here in the second period. Bergman fakes the option left, is hit, and he will manage a couple on a good spot as they give him close to the 43-yard line. Dylan Osborne was the one that drove him backwards. He had some help from James Kirkwood. That's good to see the freshman back out there.
Yeah, and Bergman was upset. He wanted a late hit, got thrown down on his back after the whistle. But that's one of those slow developing plays by Newkirk, and that's how Morrison drew that out.
2nd down and 8 at the 43-yard line. They flip the formation this time with trips wide right. Bergman fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and it's caught. And another big reception by Pankey inside the 35 to the 32-yard line, a gain of 11 and another first down.
Nice throw by Bergman, the play action, faking up the middle, the run, rising up with a bullet laser on the slant.
Pankey has been featured more than anyone on the offensive depth chart here tonight. He wasn't listed as one of the backups given to us by Eddie Scott this past week. Incidentally, 2 former Northwestern Rangers going at it tonight. Corey Bales was a baseball player at Alva. Eddie Scott from Pawnee was a football player for the Rangers. 1st and 10 of the 31-yard line. 3 receivers wide right. Bergman fakes the handoff, gets away from an ankle tackle, throws over the middle, the ball's caught. Hay came back to give his quarterback some help, and he makes the catch as they try to wrestle the ball away. And now after the late curricular activities, here comes a flag. The catch is good for 15 to the 16-yard line. Now let's see if it's against Morrison or Newkirk.
Been having a pretty good disciplined game. Not very many flags, but getting a little chippy out there. and the side judge threw the flag.
Eddie Scott in his 23rd year in education at Oklahoma and Texas, his 18th year as a head coach. He took over for Graham Schnelding, who had been named as an assistant. Schnelding then left after the 2020 season, went to Nowata. This is Eddie Scott's second year in K County with the Tigers. The infraction is indeed against Newkirk. Here is the indication. It's a dead ball foul, so it's marked off from the end of the play at the 15. It's unsportsmanlike conduct. So it'll be first down and 10 back at the 30-yard line, and that, well, the catch will stand, negates the really positive gain on second down and 8 for the Tigers. So it's first and 10 back at the 30-yard line. A 6-6 tie. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first half. High snap. Bergman hands it off. Sweeping right. Osborne trying to get to the corner. Does. A flag comes in behind the play, and that's probably going to negate the run that ended at the 33 or the 23. If it stands, it's a 7-yard game. And again, the flag was thrown behind Dalton Osborne's run.
That looked like Lane Mays had his hands on the jersey of the defensive player. He had the block first, but then when that jersey was stretched, the official threw the flag.
Hayden's going to have to come up with a new stat. That one didn't work so well. The next series, after he said no penalty since the first snap, they've been penalized back-to-back times, and now are back at the 38. After 2 snaps ago, they were at the 15.
Yeah, Newkirk doing a good job moving the football. They changed the momentum as we talked about. And one thing Newkirk's doing, they're playing play-action pass is working. It's freezing the defensive line and the linebackers, and it seems like there's a lot of standing around, and receivers are wide open.
First and 18 back at the 38-yard line of Morrison as we approach 4 minutes to go in the first half. Bergman will drop all the way back to the big red M logo. He dances, dumps it off, ball caught over the middle, Gunnar Cole, and then Cole is corralled immediately right near the original first down marker of the 30. So he gets the 8 yards of penalty yardage back. It's going to bring up second down and 10.
That's kind of what I'm talking about. Morrison standing around on defense on these receivers. They was triple teamed on Cole. There's 3 defense bracketed on both sides in the back. Somebody's got to step up in front of the football there.
Eddie Scott hoping this is the year to return Newkirk back to the playoffs. They have not been to the postseason since the 2018 season, where they went 6-5 and lost to Jones in the first round. Second down and 10 at the 30. Another throw and a slant over the middle. The ball was thrown behind Levin, but he makes the catch. Levin manages to get 5 to the 25-yard line. That's a first down one, dog, if that ball is not thrown behind Levin.
Yeah, that was good coverage by Morrison that time. Great play design by Newkirk because the outside wide receiver goes deep, takes the cornerback out of the play, then the slant underneath for the easy 6 yards.
Third down and 5 Tigers. They were in 2-down territory in a 6-6 game, and as Bergman gets the snap back, somebody moved up front. That is going to cost the Tigers more penalty yardage on this drive. They have just simply shot themselves in the foot. And the line of scrimmage will be back to the 30, so it's going to be third down and 10. For Eddie Scott, this is his 5th head coaching job. After he was a junior high head coach at nearby Ponca City, he went to Texas, was a defensive coordinator of the Lone Star State, came back to Oklahoma, was an assistant at Guthrie, then took the head coaching job at Hobart. He's been at Pawhuska for 7 years, Manford, most recently at Woodland, before ascending to the head coaching job in Newkirk.
The traveling man.
He is. Third down and 10 at the 30-yard line. With 2.5 minutes, clock rolling to the first half. Morrison trying to get a stop here on defense. Osborne and Bergman in the backfield. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Pocket holds. Bergman has time, throws out left. Ball is juggled. It's caught. Defender missed the tackle. And then, again, it was Shaden Pankey that made the catch. They had a chance, though, Scott, to get him about 4 yards back downfield.
That was Casey Rupp. Now, Casey Rupp missed the tackle, but what Rupp did well, he got his hand on the football to loosen it out of the hands of Pankey. That way, Pankey could not advance the ball up the field, just got 1 yard.
The chef's brother was an outstanding player here last year, both in 3 sports, football, basketball, and baseball. His brother now playing at Seminole State Junior College in baseball is named Tate. 4th down and a long 8. They set a screen up over the middle. The ball is incomplete, but there's a flag down. They tried to throw it over the middle for Dalton Osborne, who's not real big. He needed to be about 6'5". Now let's look at the flag.
Well, the flag came out after the ball was tipped, so it couldn't be pass interference.
What an ugly, ugly offensive series for the Tigers. If it's against them, that is their fourth. It's an ineligible receiver downfield, and that would have been the guess. Morrison will decline because they get the football on downs. That play took too long, Scott. If you're going to set up any type of screen, you got to get the ball out because you got a lineman going downfield.
And then surprisingly, Clayton Bergman, he just tossed it up there for grabs. That looked like about 8 or 9 different players on both teams had a chance at that football.
$1:44 to play here in the first half. Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, Bryce Miller, the crew. Morrison will have the football at their own 29-yard line after, with the help of the Tigers, turning away Newkirk. Schubert on a keeper, has room across the 40. Mason Schubert, the freshman, up to the 49-yard line, a gain of 20. And how good is this guy going to be going forward and in the next 2 years?
Looks like Casey Bales going back to the bread and butter. This is the way Morrison started out the football game. A lot of Schubert on the run. Schubert being left-handed, likes to run to the left side, did great. Cut back to the right side.
Rupp is tied in right, or wing back right. They fake the handoff. Schubert will keep it again, and Mason dips down underneath the defenders to the 49. And now late flags come into the end of the play. Boy, if this is against Newkirk, Eddie Scott, who's out of the field across the way, you might be able to see him on the screen, is about to come undone.
Just 1 minute and 17 seconds left before intermission. Game all knotted at 6.
The Whitecap is visiting. We'll see the indication here to the press box in just a moment. 6-6 our score. Morrison led 6-0 after one. Newkirk's points came with 8:51 to play in the first half. The penalty is against the Tigers, and we get a timeout. So we'll sort this out and be back in a moment. 1:17 to play in the half. Morrison in Newkirk territory in a 6-6 game on Squirtle.
Few things bring communities together like high school sports. The passion, the drama, the atmosphere.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
The call was a sideline warning issued against Eddie Scott. That doesn't surprise me. The head coach for the Tigers was a good 6 or 7 yards out of the field. 2 receivers right. Now Schubert fakes the handoff, throws a slant over the middle. The pass is incomplete. And there was a lot of contact with the defender that time, Landon Vapp, and the intended target, Nathan Waters.
Yeah, it looked like Vapp was on the back, but no flag whatsoever.
Coming in, Schubert through 2 games against Tulsa Noah and last week against Crescent. 14 of 48 for 143 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Schubert has a running score tonight. Brody Bailey had the Wildcats' only touchdown on the ground in the first 2 games of the year. Coming in, the Wildcats have been outscored 61-7. It's 3rd down and 8 for Morrison. Wildcats yet to convert on a 3rd down here in the first half, and we're late in a 6-6 tie. Just over a minute to go. Schubert fakes the handoff, pulls it down, now rolling right. He's going to plant, throw off his back foot, and that is incomplete. That's almost an impossible throw for a guy his age, moving to his right, being a left-hander.
Yeah, you know, initially there's a nice pocket for Morrison, but as soon as Schubert rolled out to the right side, like you say, being a left-handed quarterback, there's no place for him to go, and he just threw the ball away.
What experience there is back for Corey Bale's club is on the interior front of both the offensive and defensive lines. Senior, junior, and sophomore from tackle to tackle across the front this year for the Wildcats. 4th down and 8, Schubert to punt, and they almost were able to get to it again. It hits at the 35, and it's going to take a huge Morrison roll. It's going to roll inside the 20-yard line and stop near the 15. How about that?
Yeah, Tiger Dalton Osborne got around, fighting his blocker, got around on the inside. I think if he would have laid all out, he could have had that football.
See where they put the ball down. Looks like it's going to be at the 17-yard line. So that is a 36-yard punt for Mason Schubert. Sometimes it doesn't matter what it looks like off the foot. It's the end result, and he got a great roll. Tigers have to be careful here with under a minute to go in the first half, not to give away cheap points. It is 6-6 tie. Just a gorgeous sunset in the hue off behind the south or the west end here of Dennis Casey Field tonight. Clayton Bergman on the reverse, hands it off. That's Landon Vapp. He has nowhere to go, but he somehow avoids the first wave of defenders and manages maybe a couple of yards close to the 19. And did we get a timeout in Newkirk? I think they've called one with 42 seconds to play here in the first half.
Yeah, initially Vapp was a Morrison Wildcat sandwich. He got hit by both defenders, and somehow Vapp split those two defenders at the initial contact.
Newkirk did not call the timeout, nor why would they? The gain is 2, as we told you, to the 18. Tigers will have to snap it if they so choose. We're under 18 seconds to play here in the first half. And now Bergman is going to run it right. Bergman will cut inside, and he runs right into Briar Bailey for about a half-yard gain, and that's going to take us to halftime. 24 of the 48 minutes officially in the books here from Dennis Casey Field in Morrison, with the Wildcats in Class 2A Newkirk tied at 6. We'll be back to recap the scoring right after these messages on the Squirtle Game of the Week.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on.
There you see the Morrison High School band taking the field here on homecoming night at Dennis Casey Field. Welcome back to the booth, everyone. I'm Todd Miller. Scott Wattish, Bryce Miller, our crew tonight at halftime. A good one between Morrison and Newkirk, 6-6. Well, I'll tell you, it was really a game of two quarters. Morrison dominated the first quarter. Newkirk played a little bit better in the second quarter. In fact, that's where the Tigers' only points came from, was on a 5-play drive in the second period. The score to the first half, the Wildcats struck first, starting with 10:19 to go in the first quarter, and they went 8 plays, 80 yards, never going to third down before the sophomore quarterback Mason Schubert ran in from 8 yards. The extra point kick was blocked. It was 6-0. The Tigers would punt, then turn it over on downs and punt on their next 2 possessions before taking over with 11 minutes to go in the first half. At their own 14-yard line, they had a couple of big plays, but none bigger than the catch and run by Daniel Harrison, a 59-yard run on 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. It set up a Clayton Berkman run from 1 yard out. The kick failed. It was wide right, and that's where we stand at 6-6. We told you it is homecoming here at Morrison High School in the third week of the football season. Landon Harp, Wyatt Coffey, Dylan Osborne, Briar Bailey, and Seth Dennis are the candidates for King and tonight, and the King was Dylan Osborne. Congratulations to Dylan and to Callie Rupp, who was named the Morrison High School football homecoming queen for 2022. 6-6 tie here at halftime. We'll step away and be back with the second half shortly. It's Morrison and Newkirk on the Week 3 Squirtle Game of the Week.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
It's time to stop worrying about what's for dinner. Whether you're planning an event or just need meals at your doorstep, let Devlin prepare and deliver fresh food wherever and whenever you need it. Choose from our variety of fresh catering and prepped meals and enjoy the delicious, nutritious food you deserve. Do what you do best while Devlin takes care of the rest. Visit devilinllc.com to see what we can do for you.
Scott Streller and team have been proudly serving the Edmond community for over 30 years. At the Streller Agency, we take pride in offering premier service and the highest quality insurance available: auto, home, life, and more. Our award-winning team has over 150 years combined experience to offer, and we're always working hard to make sure you never have to worry and always have peace of mind. So call or visit StrellerAgency.com today for your custom quote.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
It's time to stop worrying about what's for dinner. Whether you're planning an event or just need meals at your doorstep, let Devlin prepare and deliver fresh food wherever and whenever you need it. Choose from our variety of fresh catering and prepped meals and enjoy the delicious, nutritious food you deserve. Do what you do best while Devlin takes care of the rest. Visit devlinllc.com to see what we can do for you.
Scott Streller and team have been proudly serving the Edmond community for over 30 years. At the Streller Agency, we take pride in offering premier service and the highest quality insurance available: auto, home, life, and more. Our award-winning team has over 150 years combined experience to offer, and we're always working hard to make sure you never have to worry and always have peace of mind. So call or visit StrellerAgency.com today for your custom quote.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news! The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Dr. Devin Nightingale is your chiropractic choice in North Edmond with easy access from Cashion, Guthrie, Luther, and all the Oklahoma City surrounding areas. As a former college athlete, Dr. Nightingale understands the importance of a fully functioning body to gain that competitive edge. Also certified in prenatal and pediatric treatments, Dr. Nightingale sees all types of patients, ranging from 2 weeks old to 97 years old. We offer conservative treatments to get you back in the game, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete. So give us a call at 405-471-5565 for a free consultation today.
Is your school or booster club looking for ways to fundraise? Let Downtown Threads create a custom website to showcase all your school apparel. You pick the design and the garment, we do the rest. We will handle all the payments and cut you one check when the website is closed. Call today, 580-237-7060. Downtown Threads, proudly supporting all local high school athletes.
With over 24 flavors of iced tea, HTO is your new destination for the best premium water and iced tea in all of Oklahoma. Offering around 500 drink combinations and half-price tea during happy hour, this is your ultimate tea playground. With a location open in Ardmore and numerous locations coming soon, including the Village in South Oklahoma City, be sure to stop by HTO and experience the best tea you've ever sipped on. Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
For over 50 years, Tulsa Tech has helped people find new career paths, jobs, and a successful future. We've partnered with Tulsa businesses to grow our economy and help train the workforce of our community. During these uncertain times, one thing is for sure. Tulsa Tech will be here when life returns to normal, helping people make their own path. We will get through this together.
Imagine a school with more than 26,000 enrollments per year, cultivating opportunities for students to develop new skills and gain industry-recognized certification. Now imagine a corporate training center that partners with more than 500 local businesses each year, providing a productive and prepared workforce for employers in Oklahoma through customized training. Now, imagine a community resource who believes our business thrives when our community thrives. We aren't just the local Votech, we are Autry Technology Center.
Well, teams back out of the field. We're moments away from the start of the second half. Todd Miller, Scott Wadish, and the Squirtle crew. Our game of the week tonight brought to you by Autry Technology Center. Scott, your first half thoughts? First quarter went to Morrison, second quarter went to Newkirk, and we essentially start zip-zip as we start the third quarter.
Newkirk took the second period because of the play of the game. The play of the game was Daniel Harrelson catching that ball on the left sideline, breaking 3 tackles, powering down the left sideline, carrying a couple guys on his back, almost getting into the end zone. That was basically his effort on his own, setting up that touchdown for Newkirk, and that's why we're even 6-6.
You know, Morrison has to be somewhat excited if they can win this ball game because they have 2 winnable games, both here at home. We told you Chelsea and Oklahoma Union before they go through the gauntlet of Class A District 5. This is a team last year that turned their season around. They went 1-3 outside the district. In Week 6, they trailed 28-0 at Hominy. Came back and won 34-28. That was the first win of 9 straight, a winning streak that was snapped by 1 point, 13-12 to Ringling in the state semifinals. Both coaches feel good about their fate as far as district play is concerned, and it officially begins in Week 4 here in the Sooner State. Wildcats 1 deferred. They will get the football, and they will move from left to right as the Tigers will trot out Ashton Nagel, a sophomore, to kick off. Nagel also serves as their place kicker. He missed wide right of the point after try following the 1-yard Berkman run of the second quarter that is the equalizer. Newkirk scored 31 points last week in Fairfax in shocking Woodland. Tonight, they went more than a quarter without a first down and have just 1 touchdown in 24 minutes. Here we go, final half of football in week number 3. Glad to have you along for Squirtle's Game of the Week, presented by Autry Tech. Nagel looks left, looks right, and here we go. A good kick. He's got a good leg for a sophomore. It's going to be returned inside the 5, out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 30. And breaking a tackle as they tried to spin him down and get it all the way to the 34-yard line. A nice return by Tay Warner for Morrison.
Yeah, Warner right up the gut. One of the Newkirk defenders tried to rip the ball out, spun him around. He kept those legs moving, kicked out to the right, got an extra 4 or 5 yards.
11:51 to play here in the third quarter. First possession of the second half. Young sophomore signal caller Mason Schubert will start from the 35-yard line. Great contingent, both of Wildcat and Tiger fans tonight in this battle of Big Cats on homecoming night in Noble County. First and 10 to the 35. Bailey turns and said something to Schubert. He offsets to the left. First play of the third quarter is a pass. Schubert airs it deep left, and it's well incomplete. He was looking for Waters that time, and Waters was pretty well covered by the corner, Landon Vapp.
I like how Schubert just unleashed that football, put it only where Waters could catch it. I think Waters kind of slowed down. He got entangled with the cornerback a little bit to slow him down and gave up on the play. Once he got away from the cornerback, it looked like there was a chance, but if you're not going full speed when that ball is thrown, you're not going to catch up to it.
Out of the lineup is Waters. In comes Tay Warner with the play. Second down and 10. Corey Bales, 18th year as a head coach here at his alma mater, 28th year as a high school coach, graduate of Morrison, all-state baseball, football player, and played baseball at Northwestern Oklahoma State. Back to throw again is Schubert. Throws a screen across the way for Kirkwood, and he needs a block and did not get one. He's going to lose 2 to the 33-yard line as that play was well diagnosed. Colt Stone was there, also Dalton Osborne for Newkirk.
I think Shaden Pankey as well made that tackle. He fought through a blocker, plus he got the tackle. Great play.
Pankey, to me, has been as good as anybody on either side of the football for either school.
Well, he had the interception, reached up with the left hand, a little bit underthrown by Schubert, pull that right after that interception was that long drive. Of course, that long tackle-breaking run by Harrelson to set up the touchdown.
So Morrison didn't throw a lot. Has come out throwing on their first 2 downs, and they have minus 2 yards of total offense. Third down, they need to get to the 45, and as Schubert gets the snap back from Lawson Harp, we get a false delay of game called against the Wildcats. You know, that doesn't surprise me because Tay Warner came racing off the field real late as well. That huddle never really looked like it had much of a chance.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little complacent there, taking your time. You're always on time before the play clock goes off, and then you're just relaxed a little bit. You can't do that.
10:52 to play here in the third quarter. Glad to be back on Squirtle. Haven't been with you since week 0. Tonight, Morrison and Newkirk. In recent memory, the third meeting dating back to 2016 and 2017. Morrison 2-0 against the Tigers during that time, outscoring Newkirk 70-21. Schubert to throw, moving left, moving right. Now throws off of his back foot and just throws it out of bounds, and that should be grounding.
I think that ball was deflected. Didn't Lane Mace get a hand on that?
He may have got a hand on it, you're right. He kind of fluttered like a wounded duck. They're going to come in and discuss this and see if indeed it was deflected. But there was no doubt he was just throwing that ball away, and here it is. Intentional grounding.
It's hard to see through this window. Double pane birds were here.
That's a nice way to put it. So it'll be a loss of down. They'll take the penalty with the Newkirk Tigers. And the line of scrimmage now will be back at the 16-yard line. So it's 4th down and from here to Perry.
And I tell you, this is really going to set up Newkirk with some great field position as the punt returner's standing on the Morrison 35-yard line.
Shepflin needs to get off a good punt, 5 yards deep for the end zone. Snap, floats back. He gets a leg into it to the near side, and it is a short punt that hits at the 40, and it's going to turn over, and he's going to get 11 yards on the roll as it will roll dead at the Tiger 49-yard line.
Great kick, 41 yards out of the end zone. Excellent punt.
And again, he got the final 11 on the roll, but very good starting field position for Newkirk as they try to take their first lead of the night. Scott, one of the things that had to have been addressed by Eddie Scott and his staff in the halftime locker room was mistakes. They played almost perfect football with the exception of the first snap of the game in terms of penalties. Their last drive was an absolute disaster with 4 penalties.
Harrelson's in the slot here on the left side. He was the big playmaker in the opening half.
First down and 10 to the 49-yard line. Back to throw is Burke, but he drops all the way back to his 40, rolling right, trying to run away from Seth Dennis. Now he dumps it off across the way. The ball's caught 40, 35, down the boundary, and he almost broke it as he nearly walked the tightrope. That's Landon Hay on the catch as the gain will go all the way down to the Morrison 33-yard line.
It's another broken tackle that Newkirk's ball carriers. Hay broke the tackle. Morrison's got to wrap up, and they're playing good defense. Held the Tigers to 6 points in the initial half, but that's how Harrelson got free the last time.
18 yards on the catch and run to the 33 of the Wildcats. Newkirk has just big played Morrison to death. Bergman will pitch wide left. Osborne trying to cut inside, lowers his helmet, and is able to get down to the 28-yard line where he's met and dropped by Tay Warner.
How about Clayton Bergman out of the shotgun, a little bit of a high snap. He reaches up with the left hand, pulls it in one-handed, pitches out to Dalton Osborne. Osborne does a good job of turning upfield for 5.5 yards.
Osborne with one of his longest runs tonight. We're early in the third quarter, a 5-yard carry to the Morrison 28. Sets up second down with just over 10 minutes to play here in the third. A 6-6 time, but the Tigers are on the march. Bergman fakes the handoff, rolls right, pulls it down, throws out right, ball is caught, a flag is down. On the reception is Harrelson, dragging defenders with him. Harrelson is inside the 15-yard line, but hold everything as there were flags as the ball was released from Clayton Bergman. More than likely, that's a hold, a block, or somebody left early downfield. We've already seen one ineligible receiver downfield. Here's the indication from our white cap. And it indeed is a man downfield too early. That happens so many times, especially at this level of football, Scott, where the lineman just can't hold. They've got to release while the quarterback is doing all he can to buy time.
Well, I think what happened is there's nobody for the pass blocking for one of the right guys on the right side, and they went into the second level beyond the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. They lose just 3 from the previous line of scrimmage, but much more in the terms of field position. Bergman breaks the pocket, now dumps it out right. It's underthrown for Landon Hay, and it's 3rd down and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Landon Hay was wide open beyond the sticks for a first down. Bergman dodging the defender, just running off tackle right. He's going to the ground. If he just throws that up a little higher, that's an easy completion.
That ineligible receiver downfield cost them roughly 18 yards in field position. Now they're in 4-down territory at a 6-6 tie with less than 9.5 minutes to play in the third. They're at the 33. They need to get to the 23 of the Wildcats. Bergman and Osborne in the backfield, a 2-by-2 look. Bergman, a clean pocket this time, throws out left, and it's incomplete. And Harrelson was there for the connection. He was at the 20. It would have been enough for a first down. And here we go again, 4th down and 10 for the Tigers.
Harrelson wide open. Daniel Harrelson is somebody that Bergman has got to get the football into his hands. Throws a wobbly duck. No chance for the completion. Newkirk's going for it on 4th and 9.
They are 0 for 5 are the Tigers on 3rd down tonight. Neither team, and we're approaching the halfway point of the 3rd quarter, has converted a 3rd down tonight. You don't see that very often. Harrelson motions from left to right. Out of the gun, Bergman rolls all the way back to his 43. He throws on the run, and it's incomplete. And that time Morrison had it well defended as they were looking for Shaden Pankey, and he was double covered.
Yeah, I can see Bergman wanting to throw it past the sticks because it's 4th down, but underneath on the drag pattern, Harrelson was wide open, uncovered.
So Morrison, after Newkirk had a short field, almost to the plus side when they started this drive, allows just 18 yards, aided by a penalty, and they will start at the 33-yard line with 9:22 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Schubert will keep it. He runs, and he is cut down. Yard lost to the 32. And the Tigers really have started to do a much better job in reading that counter from Schubert.
It looked like Schubert had a little miscommunication, ran into his own running back, Brody Bailey, that time. And that's what slowed Schubert down, because when Schubert finds that gap, he's doing a good job of getting good chunks of yardage.
How long has Corey Bales been here at Morrison? Well, when he started, they were an 8-man school. The first year they went to 11-man, 2008. Bales led the Wildcats to the gold ball. 2nd and 11. Schubert to throw. Throw it out left, and the ball is incomplete. There was a shove in the back that time by Landon Vapp, and the official stood right there and watched it, leaving his yellow hanky in the pocket. Nathan Waters, the intended target.
Yeah, you got to call that, because when Vapp made the contact, that just eliminated all chance for reception.
So it's 3rd down and 11 Wildcats. That will stop the clock with 8:42 now to play here in the 3rd quarter. Tom and Adam, the other Squirtle game of the week tonight in Sealing. The Wildcats coming off a big win last week against Laverne and the upstart Trojans of OBA. 3rd and 11. They need to get to the 43. Schubert out of the gun, rolling left. Could run, instead throws. He's got a receiver for the 1st down. Across the 45 and out to the 47-yard line. A well-designed play, and that time the Tigers broke down as they left the receiver wide open to the far side. Enough for a conversion, the first for either team tonight on 3rd down.
Great job by Schubert, dodging the defenders on the pass rush, being patient, and then finding the wide open receiver for the first.
15 yards, longest pass play of the night for the Wildcats, and Waters comes out. They'll deploy a receiver, Tay Warner, to the far side. They have a tight end lined up to the near side. Now they will hand it off on a reverse to Casey Rupp, who's hit, could not get out of the ankle tackle, and Rupp will lose 2 back to the 45.
First person there was Dalton Osborne. He might not get credit for the tackle, but he grabbed the leg of the ball carrier where no place he could go.
Lane Mays was also there as well. He's been pretty active on that interior front for Newkirk. He gets a pat on top of his deep blue Tiger helmet tonight. Newkirk out of 2A District 1. They have 2 huge games to determine their playoff fate the next 2 weeks. Chisholm for homecoming, Alva at home in 2 weeks. 2nd down at 12. Morrison to the 45-yard line. Schubert to throw. Throws out right, and the ball is caught. Warner turns inside to the 40. Warner out of an ankle tackle, 30, 25. Warner to the 20. Cuts left, and he's finally tackled near the 15-yard line. Oh, it was wide open, Scott, but how about the freshman running like a veteran after the catch? And there's a Tiger down at the end of the play.
Yeah, nice play, nice pass protection. Left side of the line, Devin Throckmorton helping keep that pocket there for Schubert to make that completion to Warner.
So it'll be 1st down for the Wildcats in the red zone. And how about this quick turn of events? After Newkirk started their last drive at the 49 and turned it over to the 33 thanks to an ineligible receiver penalty, Morrison has overcome 3rd and 11 and 2nd and 12, and now they're perched to go ahead as they continue to attend to the injured Tiger. Can't tell if it's a leg injury or if it's a cramp. It's warm here tonight. 90 degrees at kickoff, felt like 92.
Looks like a cramp on Shaden Pankey, trying to stretch that right hamstring out. And that's a very valuable player, as you aforementioned, too. He has an interception, has some completions in the receiving game, and he's always around the football in the secondary.
40 yards, incidentally, the hookup for Schubert to Warner. And both teams applause Pankey as he's able to walk off to the far side at his own power. So Morrison in the red zone tonight is 1 for 1. Their only score came in their opening drive. They went 8 plays, 80 yards, and Schubert had the 8-yard run. They're perched at the 16. Best scoring opportunity the Wildcats really have had, one dog, since that opening 8-play, 80-yard drive.
Well, that was a huge play. Started with the pass protection. Then you mentioned the freshman Tay Warner catching the football. Nice spiral by Schubert.
Schubert hands it off, and Bailey is tackled behind the line. Well, they just got a tremendous line surge, and he'll lose almost 2, close to the 17.
Yeah, no chance for Brody Bailey as Landon Hay jumped one of the gaps and was right there to give Bailey a big bear hug.
7:05 to play here in quarter number 3. 6-6 our score. Could it be the next to score wins? That's at least the way this game is shaken up so far. So another second and or third down and long for Corey Bale's offense.
Well, some of the tackling hadn't been desired on both sides of the football, especially Morrison, mostly on that Harrelson break. So I'm just afraid when some of these defenders get tired, they're going to let some of these tackles get broken.
Graham Williams and Casey Rupp are deployed to the near side, and now we get a timeout on the field. It's charged to the Wildcats. 6:49 to play here in the third quarter. We'll step aside for these messages. Morrison threatening. They're in the red zone at 6-6 tie on Squirtle.
The High Plains Insurance Agency takes pride in keeping up with many changes in the crop insurance industry and keeping their insurers informed of these changes. The goal is to help each farmer customize their crop insurance to meet their needs. Thanks for your continued business, and remember, call Amy, Carissa, or Danny at High Plains Insurance in Medford and Loyal at 580-395-2447 or toll free at 1-800-346-4056 for a quote today.
This is your moment. You've got what it takes. The grit to get from first steps to finishing touches. You're here to train, to put in the hours. Because today's hard work gives you an edge. To get hired, to earn more, to fine-tune a future to be proud of. Career Tech. Get skilled, get paid.
You may wonder why the clock says 6:39. I said 6:48. They're having some big-time clock problems with the clock operator not starting. Schubert to throw, a slant over the middle. The pass incomplete. Led the intended target that time. Waters just about a half step too far on the slant. It's going to bring up third down and 12.
Now, you can't blame Schubert there on that post play because Schubert threw it where the receiver's supposed to be. Waters seemed to be kind of waiting, when is Schubert going to throw it? He just needs to run that full speed, and he'd be there for the touchdown.
Third down and 12. They can get a first down without scoring the touchdown. They're at the 17 of Newkirk. Split backs in the backfield. Play action pass. They threw out right. That wasn't even close. He was looking for Rupp, who was double covered. That play had no chance. So now it's 4th and 12 at the 17. And this is where, especially in the smaller ranks of high school football, you don't elect to kick for 3. You'll go ahead and go for it.
Well, both extra points in this game, Todd, hadn't even been close. So this is going to be going for the first down.
6:44 to play here in the third quarter. They'll go for it. Schubert gets the snap. A flag comes in, and that's probably going to cost 5 yards of the Wildcats as somebody moved up front.
Wow, that was a missed opportunity because Morrison had 3 wide receivers on 2 defensive backs on the left side, the wide side of the field. I think they just got a little bit anxious there.
After the 40-yard catch and run by Tay Warner, Morrison has gone backwards. They are now 4th and 17 to the 22 after that 40-yard catch put him at the 15 of Newkirk. Schubert with Brody Bailey in the backfield. Drops beyond the 30. He'll throw into the end zone, and the ball is intercepted, but a flag comes down. And perhaps was there pass interference on the defense?
That's Pankey with the interception.
Yep. So let's pump the brakes here as Shaden Pankey had his second interception of the ball game. You're going to see it as we do here on the monitor. Well, this would be a terrible penalty, the worst of the night for the Tigers if it goes against them. It would give Morrison a first down deep in the red zone in a game that is tied at 6, nearing the halfway point here of the third quarter.
It's against
the Tigers. Pass interference. Yep, they got Pankey for pushing off. That's what I thought it was, because the intended receiver kind of went moving in an awkward way as the ball was released, and then Pankey had a free shot for the interception.
Well, I thought that Schubert again just was thrown to a spot and there was no receiver there. Could have been some contact, but that ball was thrown way out there.
It should be fourth down.
Yeah, the marker on the sideline.
That's right. It's right. So it's fourth down. However, it's fourth down at about 5 with the ball at the 11-yard line. I incorrectly spoke. It's not a first down. Schubert out of the gun, fakes the handoff, throws a slant over the middle. The ball's incomplete. It hit the shoulder pads that time of James Kirkwood. If Kirkwood makes that catch, he falls into the end zone. He was at about the 1.5-yard line. The ball was thrown a little bit to his outside shoulder as he's over the middle of the field. It hit that right shoulder pad.
It was thrown so hard it ricocheted off, and Gunnar Cole came up with the interception. So they're going to take that ball as a touchback to the 20.
Yeah, you're right. Glad you caught that. I did not. So it's another interception for the Wildcats, and it's first down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I like your explanation of the shoulder, but it looked like Schubert really fired that ball in there. It was only like an 8-yard pattern, and it was a bullet in there. It's tough to catch anyway.
I think that's something you will see him develop more and more is his timing and his touch on passes the older he gets. So it's first down, Newkirk at the 20-yard line. In the backfield, Osborne with Bergman. Bergman in a 6-6 tie as the defense stiffens, throws it out right. Vapp with the catch, and Vapp is close to the first down marker as it looks like he's right at the 30-yard line.
Nice throw by Bergman there into triple coverage again. 3 Wildcats around there, but nobody stepped in front of the receiver to stop the pass.
A gain of 9 at about 3/4, honestly. He's just short of the 30-yard line, so they'll snap it on second down and short with 6:05 to play. Somebody's got to get this clock problem taken care of. Bergman to throw, a slant out right, ball caught into double coverage. That's a first down by Landon Vapp, and he took 2 Wildcats for a ride across the 40, and he's up now to the 43-yard line. So they pick up 14 on second and less than a yard. Boy, the playbook just opens when you have that short on second down.
Well, you called it double coverage in between Graham Williams and Brody Bailey. The receiver just stops in front of him, and for the reception, you think one of those guys would go in front.
5:39 in Canada to play here in the third quarter. 3-by-1 look. They'll option left. They toss into the backcourt for Colt Stone, and he's in trouble, and he's tackled. Drugged down at the 41-yard line.
Casey Rupp.
Casey Rupp, the chef, came up from linebacker and made the tackle. And, boy, that's a big one for the Cats defense. It's -2 and second and 12.
And that's what I'm talking about, the aggressiveness coming up. Casey Rupp comes up. That's a place in the open field where you can get juked, but he's down on his toes, doesn't go for the fake, wraps up. Great play by Rupp.
Winding towards 5 minutes to go here from Dennis Casey Field and Morrison. Third quarter, a 6-6 tie. Back to throw again as Bergman looks left, throws over the middle, little slant. It's Gunnar Cole breaking tackles across midfield. Cole to the 40, dragging a defender with him to the 30. And he's down inside the 30-yard line. He got away from Warner, who then ran him down, but not before a big hit on second down and long. It gained all the way to the Morrison 29.
Yeah, just a nice little slant pattern. The defense is in the right position, but they're not jumping on the ball, Todd.
Gain of 30 on the pass catch. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left side. Ball for the 29. Bergman throws it. He threw it right to Mason Schubert, who has the interception. And Schubert is tackled to the 27-yard line. That is a mistake, Juan Dog, that Clayton Bergman, for all the games he's played as a senior, cannot make.
That looked like a slanting up to Daniel Harrison. Harrison went on the slant, had him faked, was wide open for a touchdown, but instead Bergman threw the slant, and that's right where Schubert was.
So an impressive drive that started the 20, moved to the 29 at Morrison, bogs down on the turnover at the 27-yard line. Wildcats back out there. It's Schubert at quarterback after into that drive with the interception. 4:40 to play in the third. Schubert will keep it, option left, and he runs into a defender, and he's struck down by the jersey. Colt Stone says, young man, you are going nowhere. It's going to bring up second down and long.
Outstanding defense by the Tigers, but I still like the call by Corey Bales. You have a leader out there, your quarterback on defense, gets the interception, turns the tables, momentum going for Morrison. Give the ball back to that man again, see if something happens. Hats off to Newkirk, great tackle.
4:15 to play in the third quarter. It is second down and 10. The Wildcats once dominated this game in the first period on first down. Not so from that point. Schubert to throw all the way back to the 20, running out of time, slings it left, ball caught at the 45 or 35 to the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Boy,
the catch made by Casey Rupp, and I'll tell you what, Shaden Pankey nearly jumped the route, and it would have been a pick six.
Yeah, Pankey did jump it, but he was a little late. Might have got a fingertip on it. Great concentration by Rupp to watch through the play, pull it in, turn upfield for the first down.
The Chef with 17 and a first down catch for the Wildcats. So that keeps the drive alive. 4 minutes to go in the third period. We're tied at 6 from Dennis, Casey, Field, and Morrison, one of the great programs in Oklahoma high school football, trying to battle through a year in which they have to replace 10 starters. From the 44-yard line, Schubert on the handoff, sweeping left is Bailey. And Brody gets it across the 45 and up to the 47-yard line, a gain of 3. And they're keeping them just honest enough on the edge with that running game.
Well, I tell you, that was a great play by the quarterback, Schubert, because it was an inside handoff, meaning that in between the quarterback and the line going left. So when Schubert handed that ball off, the defensive lineman was coming from his backside, his right shoulder. Schubert shielded him from making the tackle, got his right shoulder pad in the chest of the defensive lineman.
3.5 minutes in Kennedy to go in the third quarter, a 6-6 game, but the Wildcats are on the march almost to midfield. Schubert to throw, the sophomore left-hander dumps it off, and it's caught by Kirkwood, who bound off of a big-time hit, stayed on his feet, and picked up yardage to the 49-yard line. Scott, he was about to be buried and somehow ran levelly, stayed on his feet, and was able to pick up about 3 more yards after contact.
Shaden Pankey again with a big hit. He stuck the helmet right there in the chest. Hard hit, but he didn't wrap up. He thought his hit was going to knock the ball carrier down.
Third down and 3. Boy, I'll tell you, Pankey will flat come up and hit you from the secondary, just a junior. 3rd and 3, Wildcats on the plus side of the 50 at the 49-yard line. 2 tight ends, Williams and Rupp move to the near side. They'll hand it off, and Bailey with some running room. Cuts inside of the 35, and Bailey is down to the 32-yard line. Give him 17 on 3rd down and short.
That play worked because Mason Schubert held that ball. That was a read option right. So Schubert could have took that himself. He held it in the belly of Brody Bailey for a long time. The defense didn't know who's going to have the football. At the last second, Schubert gave it to Bailey. Bailey breaks a tackle, another first down.
Morrison trying to get themselves in position for the second straight drive to take the lead and break a 6-6 tie. It's been that way since early in the second quarter. In the backfield, Bailey and Schubert. Schubert will drop back outside the 35, throws right, ripped it away from the defender, and he is tackled at the 30 or 29-yard line. I'm going to tell you what, if he does not rip that away from Pankey, it's another interception.
Yep. Pankey very aggressive, already has 1 interception. He wanted that football. The tie goes to the receiver. Great job by the Chef to be strong and pull that just like a steak off the grill.
Second down and 6. I love it. At the 28-yard line. That's why we pay this guy the big bucks on Friday nights and Saturday afternoons. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line. Under 90 seconds to play here in the third quarter. They'll hand it off again to Brody Bailey. Bailey inside the numbers at the 20. And Bailey is down to the 16-yard line. Give him a dozen, and now Morrison really started to control the line of scrimmage.
Great blocking on the right side of the line. Graham Williams, Seth Dennis, great job for that seal to get Bailey around the right corner.
Line of scrimmage at the 16, 1st and 10 Wildcats. They give it to Bailey again, and Bailey bounces out. He's at the 10, stays on his feet, and is tripped up at the 8-yard line. They tried to tackle him up high near the headgear, and somehow the diminutive sophomore, just 155 pounds, stayed on his feet, and now the ball is inside the Newkirk 10.
Well, that's what I was talking about. These defenders getting tired on both sides of the ball. There's going to be a lot of breaking tackles. Brody Bailey, extra effort. Guy had a hold of his jersey. He still goes forward.
Timeout. Late third quarter. Morrison threatening. It's a 6-6 tie on Squirtle.
It's time to stop worrying about what's for dinner. Whether you're planning an event or just need meals at your doorstep, let Devlin prepare and deliver fresh food wherever and whenever you need it. Choose from our variety of fresh catering and prepped meals and enjoy the delicious, nutritious food you deserve. Do what you do best while Devlin takes care of the rest. Visit devlinllc.com to see what we can do for you.
Scott Streller and team have been proudly serving the Edmond community for over 30 years. At the Streller Agency, we take pride in offering premier service and the highest quality insurance available. Auto, home, life, and more. Our award-winning team has over 150 years combined experience to offer, and we're always working hard to make sure you never have to worry and always have peace of mind. So call or visit StrellerAgency.com today for your custom quote.
Coming out of the timeout, it was a 7-yard gain, and all of it after contact for the sophomore Brody Bailey. So the Wildcats are inside the Newkirk 10 at the 9-yard line. With 52 seconds to play here in the third quarter, the game is tied at 6. Wildcats only touchdown, only their second of the year on a Schubert 8-yard run back in their opening drive of the contest. Bailey with his brother Breyer blocking for him on the left side. Gets the handoff, feeling his way behind blockers, and Brody Bailey manages to get to the 5-yard line, so that should be enough for a first down, and if so, it's first and goal to go.
Running on that right side, right guard J.B. Thomas hits a defensive lineman, gets into the next line, into the linebackers.
10th play of this Morrison drive coming up. It's nearly taken the final 4:11 here in the third period. They snap it quickly. And again, it is Brody Bailey who goes into the teeth of the line. He'll pick up a couple of the 3. So it's second down and goal to go. 25 seconds in counting here in the third quarter.
Lane Mays jumped that hole to fill that gap to stop that play.
All right, in comes the play from Nathan Waters. Look at him if they go to the air. They've tried him in the end zone a couple of times tonight. You can see number 5 split out wide left. Everybody else in a tight formation for the Wildcats. Schubert from the 3, keeps it. He'll run in for the touchdown. He went right behind Breyer Bailey and Lawson Hart. So the freshman who came in with 12 carries, 35 yards, now has 2 touchdown runs, totaling 11 yards tonight, and Morrison breaks the 6-6 tie.
That looked like Mason Schubert on the opening drives of the contest, picking his way there, letting the back go that he fakes to the handoff first. Watch the linebacker go with him, and then finds the hole, walks in for the score.
3 seconds to go here in the third quarter, so we'll have time for a kickoff. As the Wildcats now, after having their first point after try blocked, will line up for 2. Schubert wanted to run, now rolls left, throwing towards the end zone, and the pass is knocked away. Incomplete in coverage was Dalton Osborne. And the try for 2 fails. The intended target that time, Nathan Waters. And with 3 seconds to go in the third, we'll step away for these messages. Morrison 12, Newkirk 6 on the Squirtle Insurance Game of the Week.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Physical Therapy Central can help you find relief and results and keep you off the sidelines. With over 30 convenient locations across Oklahoma City and beyond, contact PT Central today at ptcentral.org to see a physical therapist.
Back to school. Now your worries about the kids going over on their data plans are back. Mom and Dad, this is for you. Right now, make the switch to Pioneer's unlimited data plans. Don't let data overages and high cell phone bills be something you stress about this school year. We have a plan for everyone. Let Pioneer handle your worries by stopping at a local office today to learn how you can save. Visit gopioneer.com for details. Some restrictions may apply.
Ethan Choplin will spot the football at the 40-yard line directly in front of us. This should, barring a penalty in the third quarter of play. Morrison looking for their first win of the season, 0-2. Newkirk 1-1. Late third, it's 12-6 Wildcats. Here's a good end-over-end kick, and it's going to be returned for the 15. Cutting left to the 20-yard line, trying to get to the corner. He does, to the 25-yard line, and tackled out of bounds. And that will bring to a close the third period of play. Shaden Pankey was on the return. And how about the special teams play for the Wildcats?
Yeah, Graham Williams allowed Pankey to get around the corner, but he got on the back of Pankey for the tackle.
12 minutes to play from Dennis Casey Field in Morrison. Wildcats on homecoming night lead Newkirk 12-6, so the Squirtle game of the week.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options and lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Are you looking for a bank that provides excellent security and safety for your account information? Then Bank Central is made for you. When you use our website, bcna.com, you can pay bills, check account balances, download statements, and even manage your debit card. With our mobile app, you can do all that, plus make deposits as easily as taking a picture with your phone. Talk to a CSR at any of our 6 locations to find the products that work best for your banking needs. At Bank Central, we're centered on you. Member FDIC.
Todd Miller, Scott Wanish, Bryce Miller, the crew with you from Dennis Casey Field. Boy, what a great evening. Good high school football game, 12-6. Newkirk, though, if they don't rally one, dog, is going to be left to scratch their heads and say, what if we hadn't continually shot ourselves in the foot?
Well, Clayton Bergman needs to get the ball in the hands of the playmaker that set up the touchdown the first time, Daniel Harrelson. There's other good players out there for Newkirk, but he made that huge play in the opening half.
Officially, the first play of the fourth quarter starts at the 26-yard line. Bergman to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He ran up the back of Seth Dennis, and the football came out. Morrison saying they've recovered it. And is that Bergman that is rolling around in pain? Hunter Crenshaw, the junior defensive end, was the one that came up.
Bergman's holding his right knee.
Bergman has gone down, and it looks like it is a knee injury. We're not going to speculate. They will call for an official timeout. Scott has the binoculars on Clayton Bergman. That would be just absolutely disastrous for a senior-laden team from Newkirk. This is a Tiger team that, quite honestly, is one of a handful of teams left to fight for 2 playoff spots in Class 2A District 1. You know Millwood is going. You know OCS will be there. It's really going to come down to how Alva, Chisholm, Newkirk, Hennessy, and Perry all fare against one another. The Tigers will find out very, very quickly because they host Chisholm next week in Alva in K County in 2 weeks before getting OCS at home and then going to Millwood. So 3 straight home games coming up for Eddie Scott's club, but right now their attention and concern is with the injured senior quarterback Clayton Bergman. We'll step aside just and away in the fourth quarter. It's 12-6 Morrison on the Squirtle game of the week.
This is Game Time. Neptune Game Time creates a high-energy game day atmosphere that your players and fans will love. Every song in our database is 100% lyric safe, which means you can stop screening music for good. Game Time also provides custom messaging to help you promote your upcoming events, concessions, and event-specific announcements. And it gives you the opportunity to sell sponsorships on your station that will generate revenue for your athletic department. Amp up your game day with Game Time.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers.
Pankey is the new quarterback. They'll hand it off on a little sweep, and they have it stretched out And Casey Rupp is going to drop Dalton Osborne for a big-time loss back to the 25-yard line.
Landon Bapp helped with that. He hit his own guy, making it a much easier tackle for Casey Rupp.
Loss of 3, so Pankey is out there. The good news was that Clayton Berkman was able to get up and walk off the field in his own power, and now he's talking to Eddie Scott, and you can see him coming in.
And
From
he's
the
limping.
south side here of Dennis Casey Field, the senior is limping, but he knows the Tigers need this game. And he comes in a precarious situation. They need 11 yards to convert on third down. Tigers are 1 of 6 on third downs tonight. And now we get a flag thrown across the way. And it may be a delay of game against Newkirk. Well, this team is not going to be able to realize its goal, Scott, unless they clean up the penalties.
Well, on that situation, it was Bergman limping in. He couldn't run full speed to the huddle. The play clock was already started, and that was inevitable.
3rd and 16 back at the 20-yard line. Here come the Cats again. Bergman under duress, rolling right, is tracked down and sacked. They came full out to get to him.
74.
74 was on the tackle. We don't have a 74 on the roster, so it's going to bring up 4th down and long.
But nice play because